Hello YouTube. I thought I'd do a little video of my favorite knife. That's right, it's a Buckmaster. Tell you a little story about this knife. I grew up in the 80s and you know, with the Rambo and Predator and whatnot, and a lot of guys that grew up that time kind of have a soft spot for knives of this type, even if it's not something that you really plan to use. It's just kind of a memento of an earlier age, I suppose. Anyhow, I never managed to buy one back then, and I was at a gun show one day, and a gentleman had this on his table. I got the box for it and everything. The box, all the paperwork. Buck used to include the message from the chairman of Buck Knives, which back then was Al Buck, and a really nice little message with it. And had the compass with it, and a Buck patch, and all kinds of stuff. And anyway, I said, "What do you ask for that Buckmaster?" And he said, $100. And so I bought it without question. And the thing weighs, I don't know how many pounds. It's super heavy, and the handle is knurled pretty sharply, and it's probably, if you use it for a really long time, it would probably make your hand pretty sore. It's super heavy. Look how thick the blade is. It's really, really thick. It's actually pretty sharp though. And you know, it has a saw back, which I've never tried, but I don't really know how effective it would be on cutting wood. I'm thinking probably not very. And has the serrations on the clip point. And now mine doesn't have the compass in the butt cap. It came with a compass in the sheath, and also have the pins for it too. And another interesting thing about it is it didn't come with this pouch. Now I've had this knife for probably 7 or 8 years. Well, after I got it, I called Buck, and they actually had some of these pouches left on. Now you notice it doesn't match perfectly. It's not period correct to the knife. But they still had some of these pouches for the Buckmasters. So this would have been a later production one than the sheath or the pouch that the compass came in. And anyhow, I ordered that. I think it was $12 for it. And so I put that on there. You know, they have a sharpening stone underneath the deal here, the back of the sheath. It has a compass in here that it came with. It had a little note in the box about how that they had decided that a compass in the butt cap probably wasn't the best way to go. So if you ever look on eBay or something for these, they're pretty expensive now. It's kind of crazy. The pins, you know, they sell the pins separately. There's some guys, I think, that are making butt caps for them. They're really getting kind of expensive. It's really interesting. So anyway, I wound up getting this one, and it's a pretty early one. You notice it doesn't have. It just says Buck 184 USA, and then nothing on this side. It doesn't say. It's even before the patent pending. You know, later they came out with blades had the forging mark here that said Buck 184, and I think on one side, and maybe patent pending on the other side, and before that they had patent pending engraved here. Oh, I guess they had the patent number on it later. Anyhow, this was before all that. So I'm guessing, you know, probably late 80s at the latest production on this. It was before Buck, you know, did the production codes on it. But that's my favorite knife that I've got. Not because I think it's the most useful knife. It's just sentimental. It's my favorite knife. You know, it was a cool way that I got it. You know, I got a really good deal on it, and it's just a fun knife to have. Not necessarily to use, and for sure not to carry because it's super heavy. But I really love that thing. It's really cool because, you know, Buck doesn't make a lot of tactical knives, especially used to, and still doesn't really a whole lot. And so it's just a fun knife to have, and that's why most of the knives I got, I have them because they're really fun to have. So anyway, that's just a little look at my Buckmaster. Pretty much my favorite knife. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.